We're going to puree some roast beef today. So I have my roast beef already cooked and drained here, and I'm just going to add that to the food processor bowl and make sure that gets down there, and then I'm going to begin processing it. The food processor is going to just push it around and shred it because it's too dry by itself. Now this roast beef I happen to save the drippings from, and I thickened it to extremely thick, and you can see, it mounds up on this fork very nicely. And I was going to use that for my first bit of liquid to add to it, and if I need any more, I have some other extremely thick liquid around. I'm going to guess that might be enough in and of itself, and then you're going to have all that flavor of the roast beef. I just thickened it to an extremely thick level. I do that for 3 reasons. 1, it's going to lubricate it and process it down into the puree. Number 2, if there's other drippings in there, it's going to thicken it naturally as it processes it along, and it adds moisture to the whole thing. So let's see how fast this turns into a puree now. You can see it's kind of flowing around nicely. And now I'm going to scrape down the sides a little bit. I think it is going to need a little bit more moisture. Add a little bit more from there. If I can get it out. This is some beef stock that I've already thickened to extremely thick too. That'll provide a little bit more moisture to it and help it process down some more. It's a fairly straightforward, simple process. Turn on the processor, scrape down the sides, make sure no meat's caught, and see how smooth you're getting it. This looks like it's almost done. Might add just a touch, just a little bit more to lubricate. And I think that's going to be good, and we're done. So I'm going to test it next. So you can see that it seems to have, structure and shape. It's not running around everywhere, but as soon as I touch it with an implement or something, a fork, it just breaks very easily. It's a nice, smooth, easy to deform puree. There's no loose liquid dripping through there. And then the final test is that when we pick it up with our spoon, how does it fall off the spoon? You can see that falls off very easily. A little bit of residue, that's more little separation, but that's what you'd expect. So that's a nice, simple, easy to make puree. It's tested very easily. The International Dysphagia Diet Standardization Initiative provides you with some audit sheets. So especially during recipe development, you want to make sure that you're using these and looking at them because they give you all the testing methods. They tell you what you're looking for, no lumps, the food sits on a mound on the dinner fork, things like that. And note that they have you do this testing at the time of service, as well as 15 and 30 minutes after serving. It's very important under the International Dysphagia Diet Standardization Initiative that the food meets the standards when it is served. Not when you make it, but when it's served to the resident, even up to 30 minutes later. So you'll use those audit sheets, especially during recipe development and later on during your normal audit procedures. And as you may have noticed when I was doing the recipe, it's always important to have something on your recipes that just allows you to adjust the texture to meet the testing methods rather than having a specific amount added to it because there's natural variability and we're trying to make a puree that meets the standards of IDDSI. Sometimes you need a little bit more of that extremely thick liquid, sometimes you need a little bit less. So it's always important to have some phrasing on your recipes that allows you to meet the standards. Anyways, thanks for watching our video, and we'll catch you next time.